Hi, everybody. It's Jules, and I want to welcome you back to the Fifth Year Podcast. We have two awesome guests today from the Central Midwest Regional Council of Carpenters, Lee and Tom, and we're really excited to jump into this episode. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being on. We're excited to have you. We have Lee Daher and Tom Wietrkowski.
Wow, she nailed it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome. Yep. Well, we're super excited to have you guys here from the Central Midwest Regional Council of Carpenters. I think that's our longest company title that we've had on.
It used to be a little bit more.
Really?
Yes.
If you guys want to actually go ahead and explain kind of who you are, what you do, and what the company is that you work for.
Okay. My name's Lee Daher. I'm the senior business agent or business rep for all of Northwest Ohio. My day-to-day is I see the operations for the union in Northwest Ohio. We are doing numerous things from start to finish on organizing, representing our members, working with the contractors, outside of our organization, working with folks like you guys at Junior Achievement for this program, the fifth year. We partner with multiple different nonprofits throughout the region just to make sure we're building our credibility of our organization, of who we are, and that is coast to coast, almost 500,000 carpenters.
Wow.
And millwrights and floor covers that cover the United States. We are a large organization that is looking for good jobs, good wages, and benefits.
Okay.
That's what we fight for every day.
That's awesome. Tom, what about you?
My name's Tom Wietrkowski. I am a business rep as well with Lee here. Lee's my boss, unfortunately. But no, we do the day-to-day business, you know.
Okay.
Lee said, recruiting, organizing, membership needs, wants, you know, handling all the good stuff that we do every day.
Yeah.
Chasing work around and
Okay.
fighting for what we do.
That's awesome. Can you give a little bit more detail as to, for the layman who maybe isn't familiar with the union or maybe how unions work, kind of how your carpenter union fits into that?
We fit in. So if you're going to go out and build something, we want to help you with your path. And one of the things that sets us aside from other entities is our training. Our training is bar none the top notch. And one of the greatest things about it, it costs nothing. Zero tuition, zero lab fees, zero book fees. We pride ourselves on our training and what we do to separate ourselves from on the job site, you know, from a non-trained individual to a trained individual. And we can bring somebody in that has zero skills, and at the end of 4 years, they'll be a full-fledged journeyman. That is our ultimate goal when we are going through this, getting somebody from not knowing anything about our craft to being a full-fledged journeyman all said and done.
Okay. I think that's a really awesome feature of your organization. And I know we've seen a few of our students even go through that or in the process of going through it now. So, okay, I'll get to more questions next. But before that, we have a little segment called Guess the Tool that we're going to do. So I see that you've brought some tools for me to try and guess what they are. So what do you want to start with?
We'll start with this one right here because I think this is probably the easiest.
Is that is it a plane? Like a chisel?
Chisel.
Chisel.
There you go. It's an antique chisel, actually. One of the older ones. These are coming out of our display we have at our hall. So
okay.
Good
Yeah,
call.
I've seen an antique wood plane, and so that's what my mind was going to.
Yeah.
But okay,
Absolutely.
that's great.
We got that one. And then, speaking of,
Oh, there you go.
you nailed it.
An antique wood plane.
Yep. That's a little one, too. They come in all different sizes.
Yeah, that's a very small. I haven't seen one that small before.
Yep. So these are all given to us by retired members,
Okay,
and we showcase them in our showcases at the office.
that's awesome.
And then this thing right here.
It looks like a grill cleaner,
It
a grill
does.
scraper.
Now that you say that, yeah.
It's a great idea.
You can still use this today. It looks old, but it still has it's still practical today, right?
Yep.
Okay, can I see the bottom?
So this actually comes off, and however you take this one off, there it goes. So it screws out and some teeth come out of there. Sharp teeth.
Let me see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that could be used today.
Yep. They're a little bit different today. They're more sophisticated and.
In my mind, I'm thinking that it's like, if you were roofing, to like grab on and climb up the roof, but.
Technically it could be, but. Any other guesses? It's actually for floor laying. It's for carpet.
Oh, interesting.
So when you put the big rolls of carpet down, you use this and you
Okay.
kick it with your knee and moves the carpet around the floor.
Nice.
It's an old school antique knee kicker.
Okay. I that was not even close.
Yeah. But I guess you look at it, could be a grill brush. That's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before, being on the field.
Repurpose it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's funny.
And we got one more that's a little bit more with the times.
Okay. It's a level.
You're on the right track.
It is definitely a level.
Laser level.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
So you got it right. So you can
That's
do a
awesome.
laser line. You can set this anywhere and it'll give you a level line,
Okay.
a plumb line, and then I forget what line that where's it portraying at? There it is. It gives you a grid of where your lines are. So we
Wow.
often, back to the training,
Yeah.
we pride ourselves on square, level, and plumb.
Okay.
Because it doesn't matter if you're becoming a floor cover, a millwright, or a carpenter, square, level, and plumb come into play.
Yeah.
Because then once you get that down at the beginning, the rest is easy after that. It just keeps following through. It's not a perfect world, and doesn't always happen that way, but very good. You got that one right.
I had a little bit of an advantage because for a year I did a construction apprenticeship with Habitat for Humanity.
Nice.
So I got
Okay.
to at least learn like the carpentry of building a house from the ground up. So I was familiar with some of those tools, but
right.
that's awesome.
The way you're nailing these tools, you probably should become a carpenter.
I've
You'd fit right in.
thought about it. It's definitely been a thought of mine. If you can both kind of talk about how you got involved in carpentry, or kind of how you started your career to where you are now.
Sure. So when I got out of high school, I graduated from Start High School in Toledo, class of 98, and tried college first semester, did Owens first semester, and I realized it was not for me.
Okay.
Just it wasn't the mix, and during that process, I was filling out applications. It was a different process to get in our union as it is now. But I went through the process and got in and started my apprenticeship. And not to say that I loved it and never turned back. There was times ups and downs, bumps and bruises along with any industry or anything you get into. I had second thoughts about getting out of the union to go do some other things. I'm glad I never did. I will say that. Here I am 27 years later of starting my career, and I would not have this any other way. The job that Tom and I have right now, being able to work with folks like you, or doing what we do with our membership every day, it's rewarding. It is. And not that it's all about us getting the rewards or anything, but if we're bettering somebody's life and seeing the way they come and say thank you because you did something for them that changed their life, that's an unreal feeling, and it makes us get up and come to work every day. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think there's quite a few parallels with, we get the same gratification working at fifth year and seeing the impact that it has on students' lives. And so you can probably relate to the fifth year students having stepped into college for a semester and be like, not for me.
You know what? I never even put two and two together. But you're right about that, because they didn't have this kind of program when I was around. Junior achievement back then was more accounting and business oriented.
Yeah.
There wasn't so much with the trades or anything, of this kind of exploratory type
Right.
setup or programming that's going on. So
Yeah.
it would have been ideal for me because, it would have been more exposed to other things. That's ideal. I've
Yeah.
never even made that
Something to
parallel.
think about.
I never made that parallel.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. Tom, what about you? How'd you get involved?
So I got started my career here in 2005. I graduated Whitmer High School in '95. I went right into the workforce. School was never really my thing. I always struggled through school. And I got right into the workforce, and I was working at a factory job, running forklifts, and it's not fun. Just clear that up. I had a good friend of mine, good friend from high school that was in the flooring program here at Carpenters, and he called one day out of the blue. They were really busy. He says, "Hey, you wanna get in the union?" Yeah, absolutely, I do. And I've always known about the union from my parents. My parents are always union involved, and I said absolutely. And I quit that day. And normally I would give a 2 weeks notice, but I said, you know what, I'm done here. I knew that's what I wanted to do. I've always been a hands-on type of guy. So went through the 4-year apprenticeship program, worked for the same contractor every year, and they promoted me up to a management position. And then I applied here, and here I am. So it's been awesome. It's been a great career.
That's really cool. It's really interesting having you guys on the podcast and hearing you're both graduates from Toledo, from the Toledo area, and talking to our students and just kind of seeing it's a parallel for me of like, this is what our students can become in the future. So thanks for sharing your stories. I think that's really awesome.
No problem.
Okay, so one of the reasons that we wanted to have you guys on today is to talk about the partnership that, we've promoted a little bit, but people are probably still pretty unfamiliar with what we all think is an awesome partnership between fifth year, the CMRCC. Did I get that acronym?
Yes. Yeah,
okay. CMRCC and the AGC of Northwest Ohio. So for anybody that's not familiar, can you share what we just signed on to for our upcoming 5th year class?
Yeah, the partnership with us and our contractor association is really healthy right now. So we work well together, and this was another avenue of recruitment on our end. This was another opportunity to bring people into our fold and potentially better their lives. Good wages, good benefits, what we fight for all the time. And if we can do that for somebody and give them that exposure and cut down some of the red tape or barriers to get into the union, and which aren't many. We try to do that already, but sometimes there's some upfront cost on tools that you'll need to get into the, start a job. There's some upfront cost there. So if that barrier's already dropped and this person excels and wants to continue with after the 5th year into our program, it was a no-brainer.
Absolutely. So our students are able to, that are going through the 5th year, they're able to perform covered union work at participating contractor companies, correct? Have you, working with unions across the United States, as you mentioned, does this exist anywhere else, or is this kind of the first of its kind?
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
No. When we talk with our cohorts all across the country, through our international training center, and we've already said, hey, we're partnered with Junior Achievement 5th year, and they're like, 5th year, what is it? We send them a link, and we let them know, but not to our knowledge that anybody has this kind of partnership or set up.
Yeah, I know we're really excited because we've had students in the past that are interested in construction, and I'll say in our upcoming class we have 50 students, and about 15 to 20 of those are interested in the skilled trades in some respect. So the influx from year 1 to year 2 to year 3 has been very high in students interested in the skilled trades. So the opportunity for our students to be able to actually get on job sites, get their hands dirty, and participate, I think is going to be really helpful. Okay, could you walk me through what a student might do on a job site during their internship?
Sure. So it depends which contractor you go to, because some of them have specialty in certain disciplines of construction. Yeah. And then especially our field, of course. But they could be, for instance, with Lathrop, which is a general contractor, which they could do a lot of different tasks in our world, from the start of a building on the concrete forms to doing some framing, hanging the drywall, the doors and hardware, and then trim and finish. They can do anything from start to finish on a project that's under our work. But outside of that, these contractors have the opportunity, if there's a time and a position available, they can bring them into their office and work with them not only on the job site and learn
Yeah.
the craft, but they can go to the job office and learn how to be an estimator, what it is to be a project manager. A lot of our contractors hire from within our existing pool of workers out there into the office. They bring them right in and train them up.
Yeah. And they're just really getting the full scope of what the industry has to offer, and they get to make their decisions
Correct.
from there. Yeah, that's really beneficial. What has your guys' experience been with our fifth year students so far? I know this partnership is new, but your partnership with us isn't, as far as, you've seen our fifth year students for the last couple of years. What have you experienced, and maybe why are you excited for this to continue to work out?
I'm going to give one example right off the get-go. Taryn Waka. Man, that kid is all smiles all the time.
Yep.
He's great. He's doing real well. He's being involved. He's coming to union meetings. It's good to see. I mean, as a guy out there who sees these members every day in day-to-day business, and having a kid come in with a smile on his face, being able to do what he do that's awesome. That's what makes our day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's great. And for anybody that doesn't know, Taryn, in the first year of the program, he interned with Lathrop, and he stayed on and signed on to the apprenticeship program. Is he still with Lathrop? Do you know?
I believe he is.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's in his probably third year of the
He's probably going
apprenticeship.
in third year, yeah.
right there. End of his
Okay.
second, into his third.
Into his third year. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so cool to actually see it from start to now the middle, that it's actually working. And
And he's a happy kid.
yeah,
He's a happy kid.
he's super
Always
happy.
smiling.
Even Taryn was one of our students that even just had the most personal growth in the first year, fifth year program. We were like, wow, that he really matured, and it's just been really cool to see his journey so far.
And he's always so eager to come up and say hi to everybody.
Really?
Like, he's not bashful at all. It's awesome.
That's great. Okay, anything else that you guys want to add kind of in that portion of anything else that you want to share, or thoughts that you have?
There's lots of avenues for these students, you know.
Yeah.
I'm proof right here, being hired on as a walk-on and getting into the management system and working my way up from there. So anything's possible for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Well, we're going to go into our closing segment, which is a rapid fire question round. What is the biggest myth about working in the trades?
Biggest myth? That we're lazy and overpaid.
Okay. What would you say to anybody that assumes that?
Come out and join us for a day.
Yeah.
Come out and join us for a day, and we'll show you that our members are not lazy and they're not overpaid for what they do. They work their tails off doing what they do every day. And it should be more. It should be more.
Yep.
It should be more. It should
Yeah.
be more.
Yeah.
I wish it was more, but that's we got boundaries. I understand, but that's what a lot of people, the persona sometimes is out there.
Yeah. And I think it truly is a craft. Like, you all are specializing, and you know it better than anybody else.
What's that one? It was a cartoon years ago, and there was a big rock, and guys were, slave labor. They were breaking the rocks, down, and you got this old wiry guy that comes over and he hits it in one spot, and it all shatters down. And it only took him one swing. Well, our members are like that. Some guys will take a long time to do a project, and you got that one guy to come in and it'll take him 2 seconds to do that same project. He's still going to charge the same potentially, but hey, he knew what to do and how to do it in a quick manner. You'll see that out there on the projects, the job sites.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for breaking that myth. Okay, what's the coolest thing you've ever built or helped build?
I will say, for me, it was probably the Walleye Stadium.
Really?
Yeah, I was on from start to finish on that job, and it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Being able to work in the locker rooms and put the locker rooms together and see how the ice is built. And just last year, we put the new boards on for the hockey team.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
right.
we're down on the arena floor and putting on the new boards and glass and everything. Is cool.
Yeah,
Really cool.
and being able to walk in there and be like, I had a hand in building
Yeah.
this. Like, that's really cool.
My kids get tired of seeing us, and Leo vouched for this too, is, hey, I built that, going down the road in our car, Okay, Dad, I know,
Yep.
It's great.
Yeah, that's awesome, though, that the Toledo infrastructure is really, truly built by the people that are in Toledo. And I think that's awesome to see. So, Okay. Lee, do you have an answer to that one?
Yeah. Can I do two?
You sure can. There's no rules.
So one, when I was an apprentice, was the seats at Fifth Third Field where the Mud Hens play.
Okay.
That's part of our work, is putting in seats. So getting that call to go out there and work out there for 2 or 3 months, putting in the seats before it opened up back in 2002, I think it was, maybe.
Wow.
That was a cool job. My other one is the I-280 bridge, the Glass City Veteran Skyway.
Yeah.
I was on that project for 3 years. So being a part of that project and help building that, like you just said, building the infrastructure. And I got the opportunity to go all the way to the top. We had some downtime and was able to go and get something from another crew and caught the elevator all the way up to the top. And it was 425 feet off the water. That's how high up that is. And it was pretty cool to stand up there and look down.
That's crazy.
So, it's really cool getting to see some of the stuff that we get to see behind the scenes that most people out in public don't get to see, you know?
Yeah.
Going in the back door of the arenas or working in the ORs, the hospitals, and it's kind of cool. We get to see places most people don't.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like you don't, I know even when we came out to your construction, the apprenticeship training site, being able to see all of the stuff that goes into when you do have to work in a hospital and all the safety precautions that you take and things that you don't necessarily think construction would be a part of once something's already built. Like you don't think that there's continued maintenance or things that go on. So that's really cool. Okay, what's one thing people assume about union work that's wrong? And you might have already kind of alluded to that.
I'm gonna say improper information.
Okay.
That is the biggest hiccup for us.
Okay.
They don't know what actually the union stands for, what the union does for them.
Yeah.
That is the number one hiccup we have day to day.
Okay. If you were to clear anything up for somebody, what would it be?
I would say, sit down and talk to us. Come in and see us.
Okay.
There's so much to explain with our benefit package, our pay, and how things work that, you know, we could sit here on this podcast for hours and talk about it, but come talk to us. Pick up the phone.
Okay.
We've got 8 reps in that office that would be happy to take a phone call and answer any question you have. But misinformation is definitely the biggest.
Okay. That's good to know. Because, I mean, yeah, I would say I was even growing up, it's like, you know, there's certain assumptions about it. And if that's all you know, you don't really know the truth. So
people think you need to know somebody to get in. You don't. Yeah. You can make a cold call or fill out an application online and we get an alert and we can call you back and follow up with you. It's simple as that. I mean, that's one of the personas out there is that, you know, you got to know somebody to get in. It takes a long time. No, it doesn't. We can attest to that. That's
good to know. Awesome. What's one skill from this job that would impress people who have zero idea what you do?
That's a good one.
What is one skill? I got one for me. The amount of hats I got to wear, or we got to wear. Yeah. We get in, you know, you may in the same day involved with a member issue, a non-union member issue. I would say non-union member, but a non-union worker issue, a contractor issue, a political issue, a benefits issue. And you got to be able to answer those all on the fly and be able to just, you know, put that one hat on to the other and be able to answer. And you got to be able to say the 3 big words. I don't know. I'll get back with you. So you got to be able to say, I don't know.
Yeah. It's powerful, not just assuming that you know the answer to everything and admitting that you don't. So,
you know, one day we could have our work boots on out in the field. The next day we're in a suit and tie. That's what we do, you know?
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. No 2 days are alike.
Right.
Awesome. Well, that's all I have, unless you guys have anything else. But
no, just a huge thank you. Inviting us here, but being a partner with Junior Achievement Fifth Year is we've been talking about it and screaming from the rooftops within our organization and letting them know what's going on, and then talking to your team and hearing what you guys are doing to promote this, not only here in Northwest, or let's just say Toledo and Wood County or Northwest Ohio, but your ultimate plans of potentially spreading to more of the region and then the state and so on and so forth. So you're not done, and we're not done either. We hope that this partnership continues.
Yeah.
Anybody that's got any questions and, feeling like they might want to get into construction, just pick up the phone and call. We'll
Yeah.
answer your question. It might not be for you. It might be for you. Pick up the phone and call. We'll answer some questions for you. Be happy to talk to you.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it, and we are super grateful for your partnership. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.